doing?
Sure.
Yeah, good con thus far.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's Friday.
First day?
Yeah.
Yeah? You guys got that first day energy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Anybody else go through Artist Alley just looking for Derpy Cat? Because that's definitely what I didn't do this morning. Yeah. So much Derpy Cat.
So much?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
I love that movie. It's really good.
I like Uni now. It's a little black and white tuxedo cat. So
That's
cute.
cute.
Very tiny Uni. It's a
Well,
very cute little cat.
cute.
He wears a little red bow tie.
Oh, I like that.
I like him a lot.
Cool.
You guys just talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, do you have any questions?
I guess you were
Oh, we should introduce ourselves.
You're the key.
I bet some of you don't know who I am. I'm Katelyn Gault. Hi.
Hello.
Hey. I'm a voice actor. I've been in some things. But I also voice direct now a lot. That's what I do a lot of, well, for the past few years. I've directed 2 of these people.
Hi.
I don't know though.
I don't think you directed me yet.
Not yet, but I will.
Just the doubt in your mind of like, you might have subliminally.
Sublim-
I don't know if it was you though.
I visit actors in their dreams and I direct. No, that's creepy.
You need to do that take again. What the hell?
No. Yeah. So that's what I do.
It's working now. Once again, you are the hero the city needs.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, that's me. Hi.
Hello.
Yes, she is a director extraordinaire. We have worked together on a game that came out recently called Avowed,
Avowed.
which was so much fun.
Yeah.
Just so much fun.
Yeah. There was lots of. Yeah. You like set the bar for the Dream Trolls. You did. No, I'm serious. You were like the first. You were the first character. Yeah, he played this he played one of the people that was inflicted with like this soul curse. And I was like, I don't know what this sounds like. And then you just came in and you were like this. And I was like, yes, that is exactly what that sounds like. So it's really cool, really neat, very collaborative. And Obsidian is great. Obsidian's a great team to work with.
They are
So
really fun.
yeah. Cool. I feel like,
Nice, neat, yes. Non-set words.
yeah, no. Well, I don't know. You guys introduce yourselves. I awkwardly introduced myself. Come on, awkward introductions.
Oh, right, we
go.
did that. I forgot.
Oh.
We should do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
go.
okay.
Should I go next?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you.
We can skip
I'm
around.
scared that.
What are 2 missing people?
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
It's like Fight Club.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tiana Camacho. You may know me from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, Ernest Costello, Pokemon as both Bee and Nessa, which is extremely rare to have happened. I am also the first ever female voice iteration of Frenzy in the entire history of the Transformers IP, as well as the first ever actor to voice the female iteration of the Nason XP, which it's kind of like that whole meme, like if I had a nickel for every time it happened, I'd have 2 nickels, but it's kind of weird that this keeps happening to me twice. So yeah, I work a lot. I've worked for Nickelodeon, WB, Disney, a lot of other stuff, and I'm gonna make a fun little announcement. I am also the voice of Ikora Ray in Destiny Rising.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very excited to meet all of you here and answer all of the questions that you may have.
Hi, I'm Sarah Williams. I do the voices. What? I was say that. Don't look at me.
Okay, I
Don't
won't.
look at my shame.
Fine.
I am Sayaka Miki in Monica Magica. Currently, most recently, I'm Carmine in Pokemon Horizons. Miko and Donadon. I can finally talk about this, yeah. Because I was literally just saying. I finally can talk about, yes, I am back as Jinx in 2XKO.
Yes,
so,
she is.
Huzzah.
Yay.
Somebody here directed me, I don't know who. I think that was subliminal too.
I don't know who directed you. No, that was really fun.
Yeah, it's great. So I'm very excited. Huzzah, hooray.
Hey. Hello, San Antonio. Corey Smith, and I'm thrilled to be here. This is a fantastic convention, and you guys are just the best. We all feel so welcomed, and we're having a great time. I know I'm having a great time. You might know me from Hunter x Hunter. I play Kite, or I did play Kite until I died. Spoiler. Yes, I blame you.
All I did was protect my king and take your head and then fashion you into a ghoulish corpse marionette.
Yeah,
And
my point exactly.
look, things happen, man.
Yeah, right. Choices were made.
There's circumstances.
Hantegu in Demon Slayer. Charizard in Pokemon Origins. Mewtwo in Detective Pikachu. Oruo in Attack on Titan. Lego Joker, Luke Skywalker, and other things.
You're so cool. Lego Joker.
Yeah. Cool. Until Mark Hamill wanted his job back.
He's off this week, you can have it.
Pesky man.
I know,
Pesky,
right?
pesky man. Cool.
So I guess you guys are the Q and we are the A, right?
I mean,
Right.
unless you want us to ask you questions.
You don't want that. So baby, why are you baby? Why are you so small? Why? What's up with that, baby?
Very
Baby's not
cute.
pay a single
Cute baby.
tax
Yep.
on anything.
It is cute and.
You guys can line up, I guess, and we will take questions. Or
Yeah,
Yeah, oh, there's a microphone.
Or
It
it's
probably
shy.
works.
Or this is going to evolve into like weird disassociations.
Yeah, it's
I'll read fanfics.
it's gonna get weird up in here.
So you go first, don't you?
Yeah.
Hi guys! Sorry, I've been watching a lot of Peak shorts. My boyfriend keeps sending them to me. They make me laugh.
I don't know if the microphone works.
It is not.
Oh,
well.
why would it be?
Our hero. I'll figure it out.
Oh my god.
It's okay, dude.
Help us, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I guess in the meantime, I'll just
Yeah,
project.
no, it's okay, we'll repeat
You can
it.
also
Yeah,
project
we
if you
can-
feel like it.
Overdone.
So, question, how many of you have backgrounds in theater? And if so, what kind of lessons did you bring from that into voice acting?
I have a background in theater.
As do I.
I got one, but I started in cartoons.
I have a BA in theater. Should have really done more actual theater as opposed to the background stuff to get the major, not the major, the BA. But oh god.
I have a BFA in theater performance. That was, you know, a choice I made when I was 17. Oh gosh, I mean, I learned how to use my voice. You know, I had taken, I wanted to be a singer before I was an actor, and so I took classical voice lessons from the time I was like 11 to 17, and so that helped me in a lot of ways, and obviously very applicable to voice acting. I think the major thing with getting some sort of a theater background is I feel like voiceover is this beautiful marriage between theater and film, in that I think it takes, you gotta be able to use your imagination. I think that's the biggest boon I find as an actor and also as a director working with actors who have a theater background is when you're in this isolated box, right? We're dealing with very like intense, often highly fantastical situations, and I need my actor to like be able to visualize what's going on around them, right? And put themselves in that moment and in that environment because it makes the read so much more specific and so much better. So I would say just, you know, there are a million things. Obviously, technically, getting a theater degree, learning to use your instrument, learning to use your body, putting your body into performance is so helpful. But the major difference I see between people who have some sort of a performance theater background and those who don't is that my theater people have no problem using their imagination, and it is so key in a place where we are in a box trying to create these larger-than-life characters. That's my answer.
jumping off of that, great point. That's a wonderful point. Thank you, Caitlin.
Yeah, of course.
So I have a BA in theater. The reason why I got a BA in theater was because I kind of wanted a little bit of flexibility if I wanted to switch gears. Because academic inflation is a thing, I wanted to get my master's in whatever I wanted to get my master's in. In this case, it's probably going to be finance, so that I can essentially learn how to invest my own money and offer that service to other actors, especially actors of color. I think it's very important that we have financial literacy as a community and we help each other out. That being said, I would do tons of plays in college. The last play I did in college was a production of Rocky Horror, and they did the stage version of Rocky Horror.
Cool.
And I played sapphic riffraff. They did not gender bend riffraff. They just made riffraff and magenta extremely gay.
Yeah.
And I was very cool with that. I came from a theater background, and I actually knew I always wanted to be a voice actor. I've known since I was around 8 years old. But what I did was I learned theater because I knew that I would have a stronger foundation if I came to LA and competed with other actors if I felt more confident in the training that I received, right?
Right.
And I have an accredited BA behind that if I wanted to switch gears at any point. So basically, I would do shows at night. I would do community organizing and classes during the day, shows at night, and then in the afternoon, I would be auditioning for indie games. And by the time I graduated with my BA, I had a voice acting career. It was just what happened. I stayed in LA, and then I stayed in New York for a bit, didn't like what was there, and said, I feel confident enough to take my clients with me that are remote and just go to LA, and I did that. So I would say a lot of people, I think, in the industry are like, you don't necessarily need a degree to be a voice actor. I agree with that. You don't need a degree to be a voice actor. However, it's important to give yourself the tools necessary to switch gears if you fall into this and realize that it is not right for you. And I feel like you have to afford yourself that flexibility. And I feel like that's what a degree does. An FA, like a BFA, is more conservatory. It's not as much liberal arts courses that master's programs can look at and be like, oh, you took this, this, and this, if you were to apply to them. That's why I chose a BA specifically. So it helped me out a lot logistically, in a practical and business sense, to do that. Now, in a craft sense, we were forced to take Linklater Voice just to graduate because we couldn't do that and not graduate, you know. It was a required class in our curriculum. Most people took it for a semester. I knew what I wanted to do, so I expanded that to an entire year. And then used that training to expand my vocal range to cover a wide variety of incidentals, which is how I got my foot in the door relatively quickly, I would say, was by doing a bunch of these little incidental roles and having a really wide range, which will help you. So absolutely get something with voice training, with a focus on resonance training. I came out of a Meisner-based curriculum. I don't know if you guys know what that is. I would
go with a no on that one.
I would look that up after this panel and look up the differences between Strasberg and Meisner and see what really appeals to you before you commit to something like that. But I definitely took my vocal training from theater to expand my vocal range as a voice actor, and it has served me extraordinarily well. As well as, of course, the acting theory. If I treat most of my performances in the booth as if they're theater performances, not like I'm in a booth and acting in a booth.
Sorry.
Me? Well, I was a very, very silly person because I was like, because all my thing was sitting in where you guys are now and listening to the voice actors, and they're like, get a BA in theater. And I'm like, yes, I will go do that. So I did. Because I just was like, they said to do that, so I did it. But I was not very proactive because I was sort of in that mindset of I want to be a voice actor, and I'm in Shakespeare 101, looking at all these people like they're all going to be on stage. What the fuck am I doing here? Pardon my French. What the heck am I doing here with these people? I should not. I had to get through that class though to graduate. So it's like, you know, and even the teacher at one point giving me a B was like, yeah, your voice is kind of squeaky, but you want to be a voice actor, so that's okay. And I'm like, yay. But I did all, you know, I should have probably done actually more plays and stuff, but I never actually went out for anything except The Diary of Anne Frank, and I'm not Jewish. But nobody looked askance back then, but I didn't get it anyway, so whatever. But I just cruised through, got the BA, and then I was like, then I got out to LA and started taking classes and stuff, and I mean, going back, yeah, I feel like maybe I should have got more of a, I don't know, I guess proper training. I don't want to put it that way, but that's the only term that comes to my head. I have finally, and this was 2 years ago, I finally did a series of classes with a guy called Howard Fine. He teaches out of LA, which I thought was actually very good for me, even though I went to most of those classes feeling I was going to puke.
Yeah.
I got over it. I finally, it took a while.
That's part of it though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, he terrified me.
Yeah.
He's a little man who sits in a chair with his glasses, and I was so frightened of him. And
Right.
I'm at the point now where it's like I need to get back in and do that because I want to, and I feel like though at some point I might cry, but I won't end up wanting to crawl into a ditch and die.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
That's progress.
It was really good for me, honestly. Because he teaches like movie stars and stuff like that too, but his focus is mostly like we look at plays, we look at like scene study and stuff, and hammering that down, and I think that was really good for me. And yeah, and I went to some scene after you do the basic course, you get to do scene study, which I did a couple times, and I need like 3 months at a time to set aside for that, which is why it's been hard to get back into it because there's so much travel lately. But I think that was really good for me. So yeah.
Do you think it helps you in the booth make choices, like make different choices, or maybe approach a script differently after spending so much time exercising those muscles? Or do you think, nah, it's kind of just different?
I think his approach is more making me look at it more from the sense of, because he's not really Meisner, but he's not also, I forget what you call it when it's like, I'm literally going to starve myself to play a starving person.
He's not method.
He's not method, but he's very much
really
against,
going to starve
he's very against
myself.
that actually, but he's not really Meisner either. It's kind of in between, but not in like in a, and it was that sense of like, and I feel like I literally had this moment with him where I was doing a thing, and he was like, you know, we went through the scene, and he's like, okay, this and this and this, and talking about my character, and how she might think, and I forget what prompted it, but I said to him at one point, it's like, so I miss who I was when I was with this other person, and he was like, and he points at me and he says, what did he say? What was the term? Because I know what it is. It's like, that's personalization. And I was like, oh, it's like a third eye opened in my forehead. It was like, oh.
I feel like my professors would have called that substitution.
Not exactly.
Okay.
It's the sense of, because we had a lot of stuff about like, I don't want to keep going too long, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Because we had specific courses where he'd have us bring in stuff personal to us and like talk about what feelings this is bringing up. But it's not so much
Acting classes are crazy, by the way, in case you were wondering.
He didn't want us to so much substitute, so much as like, he's like, I want you to sort of have like a really good sense of like, what something feels like when it affects you in a certain way.
Right.
And then you take that and you can put it on to something else, but you don't want to be like, because one of the books he has, 3 Buzuta Hagen, right? And you know, she talks about how like, oh, I did Streetcar Named Desire and I had to do Blanche, and that's, you know, that part where like, I talk about how my old boyfriend was gay and I came down on him really hard for that and I made him feel horrible. And you know, and that thing of like, a lot of you probably have not actually had that happen in your life. Sure. But can you think of a time when you let someone down or you hurt someone and you regretted it so much later, to bring up those feelings, but then you can be like, but you need to do that circumstance, but you know what that feels like. Right. So it's not really substitution because it's not the same thing. Totally. But it's the same feeling. It's connecting. It's finding a way to connect in a sense.
But I think to your question.
Yeah, sorry, I'm done.
No. I'm gonna bridge it really quick.
Yeah.
So, I think having that kind of training, knowing what it is like to put yourself in the given circumstances of a scene and be able to connect emotionally to it is invaluable in a booth, because you have to do it like that. I have
think
to be
that
able
helped
to
me a
go,
lot.
hey, so this is what's going on with the character in this scene, and you internally, I'm not gonna go, hey Sarah, remember that, did you ever have a time in your life where, you know what I mean, like as a director, I'm not gonna do that, but I do expect my actor to be able to then emotionally connect to what that character is going through.
It's more of a jumping off point, because you could say to me, did you ever spend time then? But that's not the same as what the character is going through, but I have a little springboard to be like,
Right.
okay, so for me, it was like that.
Also, if we have
So
300
let's go to
loops
the
to
character
do,
now.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
If we
yeah,
have
yeah.
a massive amount of work to do, I'm not gonna have the time to go, hey Sarah, let's have an acting class. Instead, I'm gonna go, hey, so this is what's going on in the scene, okay, pace it up for me. And then you're gonna give me a read, right? So it's having that foundation also streamlines our work. Because we can communicate with a shorthand, because we both have that background. Sorry. I know you probably want to say something.
No?
So,
I did it in reverse. I started out in cartoons, because I always wanted to be in cartoons, and then after about, I don't know, 10 or 15 years, I went, oh, I should really take this seriously, and I should go become a legitimate actor. So I went to a conservatory, and I got a classical education, and then I ran a Shakespeare company, and I went, you know what, this isn't nearly as fun as cartoons.
No, it's not.
So, making it as short as I possibly can, anything that's going to help you be comfortable in the booth so that you can be relaxed and you can take the direction that is thrown at you at a moment's notice is going to be beneficial. So acting classes, improv classes, microphone technique classes, so just so that you are present and you're not like, oh God, what's coming next? And your butt's clenched so tight that your intuition is stifled. And that's what the acting classes, I think, will do. It's what they did for me. I'm much more relaxed and, my butt is much more comfortable.
Once you've had to live perform in front of an audience, being in a booth isn't so scary. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it desensitizes you to having people watch you. Because people are like, oh, I want to do voiceover. And I'm sure, Sarah, you're like, I didn't want to be on stage. I wanted to do the thing. But you still get watched by people. It doesn't matter.
in a
There's
way,
still
it is-
people watching you. It doesn't, it may be less people. But honestly, sometimes that's worse.
oh yeah, I realize
You can't
that.
tune them out because they're right there, right?
And they hear everything. Like, at least on stage, you can cover some up, but at least,
Yeah.
but almost, it's a different sort of worse on a mic. I think about that movie, The King's Speech, where it's like, they can hear every single little click you make, every single mouth slap, every single, like, little dry, like, little mistake. It's bad
I hear
sometimes.
so much burping. It's fine.
Good thing you don't have misophonia.
You know Eddie, yeah, he said to me at one point, he has so many takes of when I flub and I just go, and now I have to make blah, 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 blah. He has so many of that in me now. He's like, I could make like a freaking remix of you.
My favorite is when Roger Kirk Smith will be like, how did .com. Kills me every time.
Yes, sorry, I feel like I took too much time. So.
He's like, do I need to stand up here anymore?
There will, just so you know, there will be a test. We will all be in our offices
Yeah.
on Thursday, but not Friday.
We will
Okay,
we will expect that
so-
you have researched Meisner
Yeah.
and Strasberg and Stanislavski and Uta Hagen. Yeah. And the method.
Ugh, that whole book.
I know, it's a lot.
I hate the fact that she's so wordy and tends to like revolve around a thing too many times. But then I read the teacher's book, which is similar because he really likes her thing, so he just sort of has his own book that sort of does the thing. And then I realized I connect better with hers because she repeats herself a lot. And I was like, dang it. I like you, Mr. Fine, seriously.
Thank you all for the insight.
Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you for your insightful question.
Good question.
Is this thing still? Nope, it's not still on. Hello.
Hey.
Good afternoon. So my question is, for doing voice acting for anime or cartoons and doing voice acting for games, how does it differ? What do you prefer? And well, do you have a preference even, and do you have anything to say about that?
Totally have a preference. Yeah.
Or are we just doing this thing where I go first?
I'll go first. I'll jump in.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll jump in. Yeah, sure. When you're dubbing, you have to match your performance to someone else's timing. And so you're limited in that regard. You're limited to what your performance can be. You're just locked into something that's pre-existing. As opposed to when you're working on original animation or when you're working on games, then you have that luxury of being able to rely on your own timing to deliver a line. And the freedom that you feel in that case is just, it's ecstatic, because it's like, wait, you mean I don't have to sound like this? I don't have to sound wooden? I can actually, tailor this character to my own sensibilities, kind of thing. And that is just the most fun. That being said, dubbing's a lot of fun too. But it's a different animal, and it's more restrictive.
Yeah.
But original animation, especially if you're trying to find the humor in something, and humor is so timing related that you can't always make it work in dubbing, whether live action or anime. But you can with the other two things that I said. Animation and games. Yeah.
That's a great bit of insight. Thank you, Chris. I think for me, it's about the quality of the story that I'm telling, right? There have been audio dramas that literally 5 people have listened to that I have found more rewarding than the stuff everybody knows me for. For me, it's not so much about anime versus games versus pre-laid animation or anything like that. For me, what really fulfills me as an artist is being able to tell a story really, really well, even with the limitations of dubbing or the constraints of working in sort of like a pipeline, like pre-lay animation, where a lot of stuff gets retooled and cut. I did the Urkel Save Santa special with Jalil White in it, and there was a lot that got changed, and a lot gets scrapped, and a lot gets canceled nowadays because of the way the industry is now, unfortunately. So honestly, I'm just happy when the things I'm in come out and they affect people.
I don't know if I have a preference per se. It really depends more on I guess it usually depends on the people I'm working with and how enjoyable it is, because I could be working on some little mobile game that won't even see the sun in the US for all I know. But if the people I'm working with are great and it's fun, then that's a really good experience, So, yeah.
I prefer working on games. And I prefer, I've had a lot of fun dubbing certain things, working on like a Gretzko, dubbing Fenico was really, really, really fun because it was also funny and also because I was working with my friend. So Patrick Seitz directed that, and he's hilarious and fun, and so we had the hard task of trying to make the comedy work in that anime, right? And I think we were, on my part, successful to varying degrees, but so that was a fun challenge, and I enjoyed doing that. But when it comes down to it, I mean, I want the freedom. I like really, I find that it's more fulfilling for me to work on games where I have the freedom to kind of just have my own timing and yeah, that's more fun for me. So.
Awesome. Well, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a question for each one of you, and these may be one and the same answer, but which, either that you've lent your voice to, are you most proud of, which, like Tiana said, may not 5 people may have seen, but you may be the most proud of. And then conversely, or maybe, like I said, one the same, the one you had the most fun doing. Like that you just had a blast, and like maybe it was 5 lines, but that's the one you had the most fun doing. So, and then maybe one in the same. So.
Sure.
Okay,
I started last time.
not a problem, thank you. Honestly, in terms of anime, the anime performance that I never really see get talked about a lot, that I'm extremely proud of, was my work on Spriggan as Colonel McDougal, because I had to walk that fine line of him being a little boy, but also trying to flood the entire world because he's evil. And that's a hard line to walk. But it was really, really rewarding to explore that with such a young character. And I'm also like, it was very fun. I feel like in many cases this is one and the same, but also I'm also very proud of my work on Street Fighter because I'm a massive Street Fighter fan. And I made Cammy for like 10 years. And my friends growing up were in the FGC as tournament organizers, and they trained me in Street Fighter and Guilty Gear. So Cammy was my primary and Zangief was my secondary. And the game came out, and now I made myself because I realized that her playstyle lends better to the way that I was already playing Cammy because I would use her as a grappler a lot. So it's kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Hi.
It is what it is. Anyone else?
I would say anime-wise, I'm probably the most fun to do with Spedico for sure. In regards to so much fun. What I'm probably proudest of, I played Kisara in Tales of Arise, and that got really emotional, and I was proud of some of the cutscenes that I got to do for that. I was like, all right, yeah, I made that work.
Nailed it.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So,
Cool.
Anime-wise, Sayaka's up there. That was like one of my first big roles ever, and it was also the kind of role I think a lot of us really want because you really get to chew on that emotional stuff, and it was so dark. It was just like, it was easy too because it was fortunate that like I relate to that character quite a bit, and it was like not hard to pull from, and I got to go some really dark places, and it was very therapeutic in a way. It's hard to go back to watching that again. That was just like, ugh, yeah, I remember that. And I'm really proud of Midari from Kakegurui because it's just fun. And it's one of the few kinds of projects I've done that I've never had to say like, oh, sorry, that sounded weird. Can I take that again? No, like with Midari, it always works. And again, I've never had a director literally come out of the booth after the first session and thank me. It was great.
Yeah, right.
Because I was not the first, I was actually their first choice. I think the first choice actually did not want to come in because of the subject matter of the show. So they call me, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do anime. I want to do anime. Whatever. What do you got for me? I didn't even watch the show ahead of time. That was a surprise. So I come in, and I'm like, oh, Russian roulette with myself. Oh, we're doing that, are we? All right, let's take it. I was like, whatever, okay, fine. And I come out, and the director's like, thank you so much, Sarah. I know this could have been tough tough, and I know some people might have had a hard time with this. You were great. And I was like, yeah, good. This was fun. I love this role. This is amazing. Non-anime, I'm doing an indie animation with a close friend, Mark Swint, called Diesel Dust. Oh yeah, aren't you Mark? Oh yeah, I love Mark. Yeah, when I went to Liberty Comic Con, I took her pizza. He was like, we need to give you good pizza. I was like, that's my buddy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And it's like sort of like westerny, apocalyptic, sort of like road trip sort of thing. And I play the main character, Cadence, who is a robot. He calls me his favorite blue robot. And I'm glad, I think he just released a short too, because we're getting up to another thing, but it's called The Beef Isn't Beef, it's cute. Kyle Aber's in it, Jess Nowak is in it. Nowak? Or is it Nowak? Nowak. And I was just really pleased though, because one, he's a really good director, and I got to do, I want to do more indie animation so bad. I want to do all the indie animation because it's so cool, and they're doing all sorts of amazing things lately. And that's the kind of acting I want to do, is just animation in general. I love dubbing, but I want to do like prelay. I want to do prelay. And one of the greatest compliments I've ever gotten in my career is they did a little premiere of the pilot with because they were doing with the Team 4-Star guys, so a bunch of them, they all went and like did a little premiere of it. And they were asking him like, so wait, who's voicing Cadence? And they've worked with me before, because Final Fantasy Machine Abridged, they've worked with me. And they were like, so who voices Cadence? Like, Sarah. They're like, Sarah did that? I've never heard her do that kind of stuff before. And I was just like, yes, I want to do that kind of stuff more, please. Anyway, so that's me.
We do it. You answer it.
I haven't. No, I'll be quick. Yeah, I know. I have to break it down into categories for anime. Keaton from Gurren Lagann. We did it back in 2008. And no disrespect to, the other amazing projects that I've been very lucky to be a part of, but Keaton in Gurren Lagann was he's still my favorite character. I was so emotionally invested in the show and in the character, and I didn't know, I won't spoil it, but boy, the end of the show is epic. And wasn't expecting it. So that, as far as anime. As far as games go, I've been lucky enough to do so many fun ones, but it's got to be Lego Joker in the Lego Batman franchise.
Yeah, fair.
So fun. It lasted a long time. I got to work with amazing, fun, intimidating people. And it was just great to be in those rooms. I enjoyed that so much. As far as original animation goes, it's a tie. One was being the voice of Luke Skywalker for Phineas and Ferb Star Wars, which was great. And the other was being another iconic character from my childhood in Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. They did a Johnny Quest crossover. And I got to be the voice of Race Bannon, who was huge for me when I was a kid. So that was an absolute delight. But the topper was one that it kind of really got away, actually. The phone never rang, but for one brief shining moment, I was an official Disney character voices replacement for Kermit the Frog.
Oh, wow.
Exactly, that's the way I felt.
Timing.
Remember? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Timing.
right? Oh, cool. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
very
thank
much.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Hope this isn't too niche of a question. Do any of y'all ever struggle to separate the personality of certain characters when going in between voice roles? And I guess a follow-up, if that is too niche, are there any times that you might channel a previous character into a current one to kind of ease into it?
I get confused all the time. Yeah, that's why we have, it's like, do you have a reference of what I sounded like in our last session? Because inevitably, in hour 3, my ability to accurately hear the character kind of gets tired. And I was just doing a session for Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm doing a character that I've done for 10 years. And we got into hour 3, and my lovely wife, who was directing me, said, all right, we're going to take a 10-minute break because you're sounding more like Billy Crystal. You're turning into an old Jewish man. So we're going to take a break. And we came back and everything was fine, but I needed that rest. I needed that mental rest. So I don't know if that was your question, but
It's a good answer.
That's what I got.
I guess I think you mean like if we had multiple characters in a session and we had to jump between them, if we have difficulties, that kind of thing?
I guess, yeah.
Not really. I mean, usually your director's good, and usually they'll have a voice clip. Be like, they'll always like play you a, what do we call it? The reference clip, reference. The 9 times out of 10, you're working on something, they'll either play your audition, and they'll be like, do that again, or we're gonna tweak it from there, or they'll be like, you've been in there before, and they're like, okay, here's a reference just for your head, da 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 da. And sometimes they even have you repeat the line after to make sure you're in voice. And I have more trouble, like you said, when it's the same character.
Yeah.
And because I trust my directors to be like, is my pitch good? Am I sounding like in character like I'm supposed to be? You
It's
know?
honest.
Yeah.
And honestly, I have to play ref again when I'm directing people because I go, oh crap, did we drift? Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's
that.
totally happened. I have totally had sessions where like, or maybe we were establishing character and they were doing it one way at the top of the session and then we halfway through found something and then we absolutely had to go back and pick up the top of the session because it was different. I think you're talking about though, like, if we're building a character, is it hard sometimes to not start doing a different character that we've already done? I mean, I'm sure some people struggle with that in terms of like, if they have a character they're really known for, right? Like their resume has like, there's something that they're really, really known for. And I think it probably depends on how much of a chameleon, how much range they have with their voice. Because yeah, I think it is easy for some characters to sound like other characters we've done, right? I played 3 blonde female knights, all in their 30s, all needing to have resonant voices. Do you really think they sound different? No, they don't.
And it's like,
just project to project, and that's okay. Some people are chameleons, and some people do play a bunch of different roles. If I'm an actor, I mostly get hired to sound like this. I do. And that's okay. I don't really want to play the ingenues. I don't really want to play the cute squishies. I want to play this. That's fun for me. And so I'm happy. I'm not, like, I don't care. My characters are going to be different, not necessarily because of my vocal pitch, but because of the attitude that I'm bringing to each one. I'll differentiate them depending on the project and the story. You know, they're all going to be different. They're all going to have their own little nuances, even if they have the same voice print. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I was gonna say also they cast you.
Yes.
It's like if they wanted, if like I pull, like, it's like a thing where it's like, I'm not gonna name the game, but it's like, they obviously wanted Jinx. I know why they requested me to read for it, and I know why. They wanted their own
Happens all
Jinx
the
in that
time.
game.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, and I gave it to him, and I cast me, and like for my own pride, obviously, I'm like, I'm gonna tweak this a little bit. Sure, she's not just a Jinx clone, and they let me. It's like, but it's like when there's no shame. Like if it's in the audition, it's like if I don't, you know, like I've had things too where they literally reference me, and I'm like, I will do that then, and then don't cast me. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, I
Just make
know.
a Sarah Williams type.
Yeah.
Like what the
Not Sarah
hey?
Williams.
But it's obviously
Yeah,
it's like
that
they didn't
sucks.
want a clone, and that's fair,
Yeah.
because I made the mistake of being like, oh, they want exactly that then.
Yeah.
Obviously not.
Yeah.
Right,
So that's on me.
Right.
But yeah.
But yeah, we're only, look, I won't speak for these lovely humans, but like, we're just one instrument here, right? There's a limit to how many different voices we're all gonna be able to do, and that's okay. We just have to bring, you know, we just have to tell the story, man. And have a, you know, use a voice print that makes sense, right? That we all agree upon, right?
Yeah, and I think doing the acting work of figuring out objective motivation and everything,
Sure.
just working.
We'll
with
shift
inside
it.
will absolutely just shift it.
Yep. Everybody's they're all gonna have a different energy to them,
Yeah.
even if they are similar, especially in like, I mean, let's just call it what it is, you know, in anime and JRPGs, you're gonna get your tropes, you're gonna get your archetypes, right? And if we get hired for one archetype, blonde female warrior, chances are we're gonna get hired again as that, right? So it's really up to us and the director to find how we can, how each of them can be nuanced in their own ways, I think.
Is warrior, is that your archetype?
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Sarah, what's your archetype?
Oh, warrior.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
I mean, it's shifted. Now I get a lot of prickly girls.
Prickly little babies
Um,
like that
Yeah.
one in
Yeah,
that, do you remember Dragon Pilot? So much. And once again, who did I play? The like basically soldier that was like, well, I hate dragons anyway, right? Like, even though it's about flying dragons, yeah. Like, yeah.
I don't know what my type is right now, though. The things I used to get cast for are going to other people now. So I'm saying this to Tiana on the right here. It's like, I'm trying to figure out, okay, so I need a new type, which is
You're
fine.
so good at spunky though. Like you are. You're
It's true, but if I have to move to a different arena, that's fine with me. I gotta find it. Anyway.
Yeah. Tiana, what's yours? Or do you have one?
It's really hard because I feel like I think I have a type, and then it shifts every couple of years. It's just completely different. There was like a whole year that I was voicing undersea creatures for a year, and I'm like, why? I don't even sound watery. Like I don't know why this is happening, and it's specifically this niche. Now it's all.
Because you got a smooth voice. It's like
Thank
water.
you.
I don't know. Sorry. I don't know.
That's. And now it is anime villains of color, BIPOC anime villains specifically. This is the year where this is the one thing I keep getting.
I'm really into that for you, actually.
And I'm just
I
like,
think that's great.
okay.
You're like, sure.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
But it's going to shift into something else by probably June of next year. So we'll see what that is. I don't know.
I'm either
Ride
teacher,
it.
mom, or warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of teachers, lots of moms, and lots of soldiers. I mean, listen to me.
Yeah. Totally.
Obvi. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or like the quippy best friend, Fennec Fox. I mean, that's it. That's it. I play Fennecs and I play soldiers.
And you, Chris?
Scoundrels, villains, and snarky douchebags.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for your question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
My question is, what project that you didn't get to work on you wanted to work on, and why isn't one of them ghost stories?
Oh,
That was easy. That was before my time.
that's exactly what I want to work on. I can't tell you if there was one anime that I could go back in time and work on. It would be Ghost Stories. Oh my God. So much fun. I can't even imagine the amount of fun they had on that. You literally, yeah, that's my answer. Ghost Stories, 100%. Yes.
I need to think on it, so over to you in the studio.
I think I was like, I don't know, like a fetus or something, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was before my time, too.
I
Yeah, me
know.
too.
Are you talking about Ghost Stories?
Ghost stories.
Oh.
And specifically.
Well, do yourself a favor and go watch it.
I will.
I'm not kidding. It is hilarious. They went rogue. I think they were improvising the entire thing.
I get you. I don't
The
know.
it's MST through K, and I love that show.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I don't know if they can make that show again.
No, they can't.
I've seen it.
No, it's lightning in
They
the
can't
bottle.
do it again.
No, you can't, but I want to. Also, I want to play Laura Croft.
Yes, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want you to.
Thank you.
Do you got one in general, Tiana? Like the one that got away, as they say?
I don't know. I feel like whatever I did not get, I later find out that the universe was protecting me, and that's why I did not get it. That it is so crazy. There were so many things I really wanted to be a part of. I didn't even get to receive the auditions for when the CD knows who I am. And I'm like, why didn't I get to read for this? What happened? And then it comes out and it's like, oh, I see. I didn't need to be in this. for whatever reason that may be. It could be like a production thing or something that wasn't made clear to me when I figured something out about the project. But every single rejection I've had has been divine redirection every single time. So while there are things that I am sad I am not a part of it, especially things that I am a fan of that I love so much, I also realize that if I were to get it, it would kind of be like a monkey's paw curling. So I'm grateful for whatever I currently have.
I can't think of an anime that,
Doesn't have to be an anime. It
doesn't have to be an anime?
It can be anything. Game,
Okay,
movie.
well, I mean, one is Kermit the Frog, that never materialized. That being said, for my birthday one year, my wife, who's was a Broadway singer, she and I did a duet of Rainbow Connection. So that kind of made up for that. Because she's amazing. I guess one that got away, that I thought was that unjustly got away, is about 10 years ago. There was a remake done of a series that I watched when I was a kid. I watched the reruns of it when I was a kid. It was The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh.
And I do a hell of a lot better Bullwinkle than the guy that they cast.
Oh.
Oh well, he was what they were looking for.
They were wrong. They were wrong so much of the time. And then no.
I thought I loved you before. Thank you.
I know, no, listen, casting is such a weird beast.
Yeah.
Oof. The amount of times I've been like, you should go with this person. They're like, no, we're gonna go with this person. And then we get to the session and they're like, you were right. I'm like, I know. Well aware.
You and Cindy could compare notes.
Oh, I'm sure we could.
Thank you.
Thank
Great
you.
question.
Yeah. Hi,
Hi, I'm gonna try.
you're gonna do it. You got this.
We have faith in you.
Let's see.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, is it working?
Uh-huh.
When looking at up-and-coming VAs, what's something you tell them to focus on that you see them often overlook?
The given circumstances. Sorry. I'm not kidding, but it actually kind of is.
I might have something I don't.
Up and coming VAs, so many people just, I have to remind so many people, as a director anyway, because I do get to see a lot of VAs, right? What's going on in the scene? Like, I have to ask them the basics. Who are you? You know, like, or like, if I've already given them the context of the scene, I have to be like, yes, but really you are on the battlefield. And yes, no, you really are, like, moving. You're running, remember? You should move. You know, when I direct, especially on, I've been lucky enough to get to direct on Black Ops 6 and the current one. And a lot of that is hey, you sounded like you stopped. I need you to move. Always moving, always on to the next, right? And so it's reminding, and not that that's a problem that I have to remind them. It's everybody struggles with it, but even in narrative stuff, it's you can't just say the line. You have to actually act. I know it's hard and it's really tiring, but like I actually have to, like I was saying before, I need you to use your imagination. And with a lot of younger VAs, especially if they don't have that acting training that we were talking about, I am then giving them that in the booth, which I may or may not have time for.
If I may keep it extremely real, this goes out to up-and-coming VAs, but especially up-and-coming voice actors of color who are Black and brown. Because I'm extremely mixed race, I am blessed to be welcomed into both communities, of which I am very, very privileged and honored to be a part of those communities. So to preface this, I say this with a lot of love: do whatever it takes to protect your energy from other people. There will be people that will be triggered if they see that you have confidence, because they will have it read as unwarranted self-importance. And the reason why they view it as unwarranted is because of a preconceived notion they may have of who you are. Some people may think you're there to play their sidekick, but you are the main character of your own story, with your own narrative, and your own goals and your own objectives. And people may silently resent you for that. That's okay. That doesn't matter. You can keep going, and you don't need to be close to everybody. Not everybody needs to be close to you. It's a professional setting. You don't need to be friends with every single person. And that's perfectly fine. Protect yourself, protect your energy, protect whatever it is that's around you. There will be people that will try to tear you down needlessly. Don't worry about it. Keep doing what you're doing, focus on your craft, audition relentlessly, audition 10 times more than other people, get your foot in the door, keep throwing spaghetti at the wall, seeing what sticks, fight and keep going. And that's the best advice I can honestly give you guys. Keep throwing the spaghetti to the wall, stick, keep going. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Chris, you got?
Learn how to act. No, seriously, the A in VA is voice actor. And a lot of people come up who have the dreams like we all did of wanting to be in cartoons and things like that and hear their voices coming out of characters, animated characters. They think, oh, I can do funny voices. I can do funny voices, or I have this voice from God that is just amazing. And like, yeah, great, learn how to use it so that you can hit home runs with it. When I was first starting out, I was that kid. I was like, I can do funny voices. I can mimic this character, and I can do this character, and I have this range. And I was really fortunate. I'm gonna drop a name here. My mentor in voiceover was a man by the name of Dawes Butler. Dawes was the voice of Yogi Bear and Huckleberry Hound and Captain Crunch and Quick Draw McGraw and all of those guys for Hanna-Barbera back in the 60s. And I was very, very lucky to get to study with him. And it just absolutely, his classes perplexed me because I would show up and I would be like, yeah, Dawes Butler's gonna teach us how to do funny voices. And no, he wasn't. He would go to his file drawer and he would pull out these scripts and he's like, just read the scene. What? Can I do a silly? No, don't do a silly voice. Just read the scene. Just act in this scene. Figure it out. And that was the most helpful thing, the most helpful instruction that I got when I was starting out. And so just learn how to act. Be good and don't worry about things like, when can I get an agent? When you're good.
It'll happen when it happens.
And be good to people, and be kind, and when it does happen, be grateful. Because it's kind of the best job in the world, and it's something you get to do. And to look at it as that's a blessing. It really is. I've been doing it my whole life. And not a day goes by where I don't say, really, I get to do this. It's really wonderful.
Please, for the love of God, up-and-comers, really, really start looking at, even if you're not in the business yet, but you're aspiring, please start looking at your online conduct. Please. It should not be this way, but unfortunately, online life and our real life are kind of now locked into each other in an unfortunate way. And I'll give you, concrete it's like, you think you're just like mouthing off, you think you're just like shooting the crap and just saying and just talking, and you don't know if you just insulted someone who might have hired you, or has the ability to go to someone who might have hired you and say, hey, yeah, this person, look at what they're doing online. I literally saw on LinkedIn a voice director talking about how like a client, a client came to them and was like, we want you to help us cast this game. And they said, oh, I've got a really good person here. How about this person? They're like, Yeah, we know them of them actually. They were talking crap about our previous game. And I'm not saying that you can't have an opinion. Like, I watch stuff, I play stuff, I have opinion on things I think are good. But you do have to think about, because unfortunately, yeah, some of that stuff is personal to people. And if you go around saying, oh, I just played that game on my stream, oh God, this is terrible, you never know if that's gonna get back to the creator and they're like,
It will.
well,
Yeah.
I don't really want to work with a person who talked about something I worked on first and thought I had a personal connection to. And even just with your fellow VAs and and stuff like that, you just don't know what's going to look really ugly on you. And you kind of need to think about that, unfortunately, because it gets ugly fast. And I look so often being like, do you really need to post that on Twitter? Did you really need to? It's save it for your friends. If you need to vent about a fellow VA or someone in the business, like save it for your friend group. And I literally mean like not even on Discord, not even on private servers or private DMs, because that stuff, I've seen so many times that stuff get leaked and you think it was personal. And you should have the right to have a vent session, but I more and more recommend keep it in person and something that's not going to be online forever in any sense.
Or if you need to like type it onto your phone, use like the Notes app or something.
Yeah.
That's where I write out frustrations, or like actually journal.
Yeah.
Like the lost art of journaling. Like if you really need to vent about something, yeah, because online, no good, not good, not good.
And branching off that also, I beg people, because I've posted about this, I beg you, if you're up and coming and you're in indie especially, and you see those casting notices on Twitter and stuff, because I read for those too, I'm not opposed. Like, there's cool stuff on the indie scene, and they go through Twitter and they go through Blue Sky. But please start asking more questions, because I can't, it rankles me to no end when someone will just post, hey, I got a project, I need voices, post your demos in the thread. And I'm like, what's the project?
What's the project?
Do you need females? How many do you need? What's the time commitment? Is it a game? Is it an animation? Is it unpaid? Is it paid? Is it non-union? Is it union? Please, I'm begging you guys, don't just jump onto these and randomly start posting your demo reels without knowing any of this basic information, because a person that is worth working with should have no issue answering these questions. Please ask these questions.
And to expound on that, please don't quote retweet people dunking on them. Don't do that. If you make a habit of doing that, people will see it and not want to work with you.
Be nice.
Yeah. It's not hard.
I'm not kidding. I've been on the other side of the table, so to speak, for a while now, and I've absolutely seen people lose work over just being jerks, and they don't want to work with them again. And as much as you're all very special angels, you are very replaceable, unfortunately. I don't care who you are. Really, I don't. Celebrity, don't care. I mean, some clients care, but I don't. I'll be like, yeah. So yeah, it's really just about being nice. Being nice. Don't say mean stuff, especially online. I'd say it to, like, I don't know, your dog or your cat. Vent to your dog or your cat. They'll listen.
Unless your dog.
Your cat.
Will take it personally and then don't be.
Yeah, don't be mean to the dog.
Yeah.
Also, your cat probably shady. I mean, we don't know.
Cat will be like, I'm remembering this. In the middle of the night.
I know.
Karma decreased.
Then you just see the cat going, that's right, human.
I can time.
Give me a treat.
Like one of those soundboards they give dogs
Yeah.
sometimes, like,
Oh,
human, jerk, human, jerk.
Walk. It's 2 a.m. Walk.
Did we answer your question?
You did answer
We
my
did?
question.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
We like to talk.
I think we're slightly over time.
Can we,
All right,
can
I
I
thought we
hear
were
about
going to
your work
seven.
on Black Ops 6?
Huh?
Your work on Black Ops 6.
Yeah, what did I do?
Oh, we have 15 minutes.
Oh, I have 15 minutes.
What do you want to know?
I want to know your work on Black Ops 7. What did you do on it?
What did I do?
Yeah.
A couple of things. My mentor is a wonderful, wonderful woman. Her name is Amanda Wyatt. She's a director and has been a director in video games for decades. And she's marvelous, and I am one of the luckiest people ever to have had her take me under her wing. And so she directed a lot of the campaign mode for Black Ops 6, but I got to direct a hell of a lot of the zombie mode for Black Ops 6. So that was really, really fun. And what's even more fun about it is like, yeah, we got to do the fun like call outs and stuff like that, which are so silly, so silly. But also in zombie mode, because it's a little bit more of that like pulp sci-fi, weird science stuff, around the levels, there's a lot of intel pieces that the player can listen to kind of get more of the story. And those are my favorite, because that's basically just working on monologues with actors, and I love it so much, because it's so good, and the writers are so good, and yeah, like, it's so not what you think of when you think of Call of Duty, and you think like, frag out, right? Like that's Call of Duty. But like, this stuff was actually like, at times heartfelt and like very meaningful, and there was like a lot of stuff to chew on in those monologues, and so I got to direct a lot of that, and because they're so sweet and I was flattered, I got to do one of the intel pieces as an actor myself, so I could hop in the booth and do one, which was really, really cool.
What about Black Ops 7?
You can't talk about that. What is Black Ops 7? I don't know what that is.
Neither confirm nor deny.
I don't know. What is that?
NDA.
Yeah. I can't tell you anything about Black Ops 7. It's okay. There's trailers and stuff that are out, I think.
Otherwise, she would have to kill you.
There's so many Russians in Call of Duty. So many people with like only one eye too. So many eye patches. Eye patches everywhere. Germans. So many like camp Germans everywhere. I'm like, another one? We have another mad scientist camp German for reals? And they're like, yep. So, it's fun. I love Treyarch. I love the team that I get to work with for Call of Duty. They are wonderful. Yeah, that's all that's it.
So full disclosure,
Yeah.
it's not uncommon for husbands and wives to play video games together.
No,
It happens a lot. Well, so Cindy and I, we do play video games together.
Cute.
Nazi zombies.
Do you?
Yes. We do. In fact, it was recommended to us
Rick Dolphin.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That we play this other game that was like.
I got to direct Nolan, by the way, and that was
Did
really,
you?
oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Super fun.
All right.
Super fun. Oh, Rick Dolphin, what a crazy character.
He's crazy. He is, yeah.
He is.
But it's like therapy for us. In fact, we had this other game that was recommended to us. It's like, here, it'll help you. You'll learn how to work together and stuff. We don't have a problem with that, but it's like, here, it'll get better. And we tried that and we went, Nazi zombies is better.
Yeah, no, let's just go kill those zombies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got your back, babe.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Drinking those perk cans,
Love
man.
it.
We love the perk cans.
Love it.
Wonder Weapons all day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've got questions. Hi.
Look at that.
Ooh, come on up.
This is, okay. I don't know, I don't ever know how loud I'm talking to microphones. I have a question for Sarah.
Okay.
You worked on Communicate, right? You were Kimiko
Yeah.
Yeah. I did notice there was only one season, which I'm still so sad about. Did you ever, did you keep up with the books, or
Is there another season, I thought? Or was that the way they released it, maybe?
No,
they're like, oh, second season, but technically it's just like the second half.
The second half,
or something.
Yeah.
But sorry, go ahead with the question.
No, you're okay. Did you keep up with the story at all? Did you enjoy working on Communicate, or were you also disappointed that they didn't come out with any more?
I mean, definitely disappointed they didn't do more, because I like working, but also I love doing anime, and I just want to do more anime. Anyway, I haven't watched it proper, just because sometimes I don't have the time. I used to have time, but especially these days, I don't have time to sit down and watch stuff until after the fact. But also, I don't have a Netflix account, so I have to pay for that. I'm just like, I don't want to pay for it. I use Tubi.
Tubi's cool.
I do love Tubi.
Or not to be.
That is.
But, so I mostly just know I mean, I played I was a Gari, but I was also that gray-haired girl who popped up later, and I think it was a third one. So, but I really enjoyed my time on that, and that was one of the few lovely occasions where they didn't make me audition. They're just like, have a part. But for me? Thank you. So, thank you for your question. I might just not want to stay up.
Yeah, you got it.
I was going to ask what some of your favorite voice lines of characters that you've done are.
I can't do that in an all ages panel.
Can you sanitize it, as it were?
It's a giant snail gathering of friends.
Okay.
What characters they are.
I have questions now?
Yeah.
Someone seems to know.
I don't.
Yeah, okay.
I got nothing.
I did the game Skyrim, and I played Molag Bal, who is the Daedric prince, and he's really, really, really evil. And my first day, I show up in the studio, and Wes Gleason, who's a buddy of mine, is directing me, and he hands me this script. It's great. And my first line is, "Further into the bowels." And I'm like, what kind of a game is this?
Wait, that was Wes?
Yeah.
I love Feathertoes. You're that hot-ass unicorn! That was my favorite. That was my favorite thing. The sexy VR unicorn.
Do you have one?
Just wait for you to get scrabbling. I guess you know.
I did mine.
Oh, okay. I think about, I have two in my mind at the moment. The lower, it changes. Like, that's choosing a favorite child at this point in my career. There's so many.
Yeah.
The two in my mind right now is Star Guardian Jinx. It was the first time I'd come back to do a skin, the first time I'd come back to do anything Jinx related at all. And I was so excited too, because I'm like, she's a magical girl? She's a magical girl now? Yes, Sailor Moon, yes, But, so I'm going, and I have a great time. It was a wonderful, wonderful session all around. And so, I'm going through the script, and I see, as they're talking about the next thing, I'm just looking ahead, and I see a thing, and it says, it was something akin to catchphrase, pose, exaltation or something. And I'm like, I can see how this works. Yeah, that sounds, okay, yeah. Magical girl stuff, speeches and things. I get this, okay. I'm down, I know how to work this. So I was like, all right, next line, Sarah. And I'm like, and so I say that, and in the Jinx way. And I'm like, cool, look up. Everyone in the booth is laughing. Is that okay? Sarah, that wasn't the line, that was the stage direction. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. No, it's perfect, we're gonna keep it. It's in the game, and I'm so happy, because it's kind of perfect.
That's amazing.
And the other one in my head is when I was working with Team 4-Star on Final Fantasy VII, Mission Bridge, and I love those guys. I loved working with them. I'm so happy they had me. And Tifa is just a repository of one-liners because she is loud and cursy and not at all like real Tifa. Again, I emphasize, I'm Machina Bridge Tifa, not real Tifa. Let's not get that confused. But she's always shouting. There's so many good lines, and I always think back at the very beginning, just her being I think it was just the Cloud just being I'm not going to do terrorism. And it's oh, okay, you can stay behind, and when I get back, I'm gonna shove my fist so far up your butt that everyone's gonna go, wow, that is the whiniest looking puppet I've ever seen. He's like, what? Shoulder deep, Cloud. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so, we have about 7 minutes left.
have a question for the panel.
Sure. Oh.
A project that you did that you thought was great that didn't get the response that it should have, that didn't get as much love as you felt it deserved.
Spriggan,
Yeah?
please. That show is so good. It's like Metal Gear meets Akira.
Mhm.
It's such a great show. The Netflix series, it's out on Netflix. It's closer to the manga instead of the OVA, which is like a little snippet of the manga was the OVA initially. And it's just really good. It's fun. It feels almost like retro anime, but like in a good
Yeah.
way.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Spriggan, everybody make notes, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I did I was in the English dub for the Netflix Onimusha series. And I was really excited because one, I love Onimusha. I love those games. Do you know how excited I am? The fact they're finally making a new one. Onimusha 3 is my game. But also, another case of I was autocast and I was so grateful. But when we're doing it, they were like saying to me, it's like, we do not want anime. We want this grounded. And I worry sometimes that I don't book more than I can because maybe there's a common curse, especially if you start in anime, that you have to make sure you don't do the anime sound all the time. Because there's a trap that I think a lot of newcomers too fall into, especially if you're an anime fan entering this industry, that you need to be able to turn off the anime sound. And even now, like a lot of anime series don't even want that anymore.
That's kind of the best advice for newcomers, right there. Yeah, to go back to that question. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I'm good. I do it all the time. I'm terrible. But so I was like, okay. I mean, they autocast me, so they obviously already believe in me. And it was a little nerve-wracking though, because the head of the studio was listening in the beginning, and I knew it was that case of like, they're making sure I can do this because they might recast me if I can't. But it worked out, and he went away eventually, and I felt so good about my work on that, like real grounded stuff, like stuff I usually don't do in anime. And I loved playing Sayo, and I loved this. I wish it'd done better, and I really just enjoyed like the people I was working with too, and I felt real good about my work in that show, really good.
Where can it be found?
Netflix.
Okay. What you got?
I don't know. A project that I wish had gotten more.
More love.
I don't know how much. I feel like I live under a rock, but I was in an anime called Kotaro Lives Alone that I thought was really, really lovely. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it did get to. Just kidding. I just didn't know that, but it was really cool actually because Cherami directed it as well as was Kotaro. Well, she directed some of it, and she directed. I played. What's her name? Take? Maybe? I don't know. She's one of the people that lives in the apartment building. And she
Was it the nice lady that eventually leaves?
I think so.
I love that show, by the way. Everyone's performances were incredible in that.
Yeah, no, I'm one of the. I don't remember her name. She had short, dark hair. Anyway, it's one of those slice of life animes. It's so sad, but like, yeah, okay, but apparently I'm wrong, so I don't know. I'll be quiet now. I have no idea.
It gets more love than you thought.
It got so much more love than I thought. I don't know. It's like, well, because I always gauge it by like, I don't know, do people talk to me about it? You know, like, and I don't hear about that one as much, but.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but apparently you guys liked it.
I have two. One is an anime called Sakugan. That exactly.
Sakugan!
Right?
I was in Sakugan.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
It's a really great show. It's
Actually,
me
I never
and
seen
Sarah and Annie Yako and occasionally KG Tang and Christina Vigi. And you know, and it didn't get any love. I thought it was a great show. And the other one for me was one I did for Nickelodeon back in 2012, which was a shameless Pokemon ripoff called Monsuno. And it is available on Tubi. Yeah. And it was done. It was pre-lay, done to look like it was anime, and everybody thought we dubbed it. but we were the original voices. We went for 3 seasons, and it was me and Cam Clark and Karen Strassman and Kirk Thornton and Keith Silverstein. And we got together every Friday for 3 years, and it was just the best experience. It was lovely.
I think that's it,
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you, everybody here.
Thank you. You as well. Thanks for having a great time with us.
Have a good night. See y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
Good night.